Welcome back. So, going dry. What was going dry for me? I've touched on it a bit, and I talk about it a lot on all the podcasts that I'm on, but the name that I've plastered on everything, the name that I go by, going dry. The end of 2020, COVID was what it was for me as much as it was for everyone else. Liquor stores, beer stores, mostly the available. You could get it no matter what. I already had a pretty toxic routine with drinking. Um, it was progressively worse, and this COVID situation made it that much worse. So as much as it was available, as much as we weren't allowed to go out and do anything, nothing was open, an already toxic habit and routine with drinking at home, unavailable to go out, not allowed to go out, I drank a lot more. It was getting to be very problematic. We were doing Zoom drink parties with friends. We were having extra drinks because it was nice out, whatever. And it definitely wasn't a good place. I was mixing drinks with other mixed drinks. Like it was bad. By the end of 2020, I was 320 pounds, feeling very miserable, both mentally, physically, and decided I needed something to change. Not really knowing what else I could start with, I decided to take that break from drinking. Also, I needed an outlet. I My wife was great, but she could only handle so much of me. My venting, not sure. I was saying the same things over and over. Why can't I figure this out? Why can't I do this? I know what I need to do. All these things, right? Beating myself up. So I started this journal. This journal was a place for me to outlet. It was a place for me to write these things down, document, beat myself up, and do it in such a place that I wasn't going to hear anything back. I wasn't going to get anybody else's recommendations, criticisms, anything. It was just an outlet. And going into 2021, I made a resolution. Never worked for me this year. I tried. 2021, I was going to take a break from drinking. This decision to take a break, I had no idea how long this break was going to be. I had no idea to what extent the break was going to be, or even if I was going to be able to do it this year. A lot of people around me were, you know, 1 2 weeks into January, dry January. Congratulations, you made it. Move on. Next house party. Let's go. It felt different for me this year, and I don't know if it's because I started this journal. I don't know if it's because I just needed it to change more than I'd ever needed it to change, but I stuck with it. And dry January became dry February. Dry February became 100 days, and 100 days became the full year. Never in my life have I taken that kind of drink or break from drinking up until that point. And at 100 days, it would have blown my mind if I was able to do it. All the while I maintained this journal. I came from a tough place. Construction, electrician, volunteer firefighter. We don't talk about this stuff. We're not talking about betterment and self development. And, if you do, you're showing weakness. You're vulnerable, and you're open to all the ridicule that comes with it. I was afraid of that. So I was staying in my lane because I didn't want to be different from, the people I was around. And there's nothing wrong with the people I was around. It was just I was afraid to make a decision to be different because no one else around me was living that lifestyle. So the hardest part for me in deciding to make the changes I needed going into 2021 was how I felt everyone around me was going to feel about it. Not how I felt, not how much I needed it, but how I was going to handle everyone else around me. So, maintaining this journal, deciding to change, taking that break from drinking, I've maintained that break. I wrote my journal, I turned my journal for that full year into a book. It's out there. It's something I'm very proud of, and something that's very vulnerable for me. And I decided to put it out for my old self, for someone that could use that kickstart and how to get started and how to maintain with those pressures and be, still socially present but not drinking. And while I've maintained that, no alcohol, and I'm very proud of that. And for other reasons I'll get into in another video, but deciding to take that change, that break from drinking, and maintain it was huge for me. It was never an attack on anybody else. I'm very present with people drinking around me, and I don't feel I need it. You know, we get to that point, if we can get to that point, at our own level, and we can't compare to anybody else. But going dry for me is a metaphor now, where my mindset to go dry means that I can do anything that I want to put my mind to. I can, you know, diet. I'm almost down 100 pounds. I can do a lot more because I've got the confidence behind me to do it. And it all started with going dry and challenging myself to maintain that goal and get there. So thank you very much, and I hope that you can take some benefit from this video. Take care.